What's up, everybody? And today we're doing something a little bit more fun and strange. We did a military one the other day, so we're going to do something a bit different. This is Top 10 Most Terrifying Mythical Creatures by Watch Mojo. I'm really excited for this. I love me a bit of cryptozoology and weird stuff. I'm a massive fan of mythology. Shout out to Grimfrost for this Freya t-shirt. I'm a big fan of mythology, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Don't forget, we have got some Detroit Become Human coming up very soon. We have got Jedi Survivor coming out in April, and we've got to get a game in between there, so I don't know what we're going to do. Let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, let's shut up. Let's pull this up, and let's have a cheeky peek. There's a bit of a long intro here with Watch Mojo. So let's see if it's worth watching the intro.
Let's all just thank our lucky stars that these things don't actually exist. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most terrifying mythical creatures.
Hell yeah.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content.
There'll be a link down below to the OG video,
looking
guys.
At mythic and folkloric creatures from across every culture to find those that are the most monstrous and nightmare-inducingly dangerous and scary. Number 10. Hellhound.
Okay.
Canines can be found in stories of cultures from around the globe. Though any big, angry, aggressive dog can be terrifying, the Hellhound in any iteration is much, much worse.
See, this one isn't as I don't see this in the mythological space because I know it's a Hellhound and it's not just a dog. But at the end of the day, you can just get rabid dogs with like rabies and stuff like that that can really turn gruesome, and then you can just call them a Hellhound, can't you?
Closely associated with death wherever it's found. Depending on who you ask, the Hellhound can kill you with just a few glances. In other cultures, simply hearing its howl can spell demise. Some versions suck blood, some are as large as a horse, while others actually have shape-shifting abilities.
Interesting.
Most cultures seem to agree, however, on the Hellhound being extremely strong, fast, and having incredibly foul breath.
Okay, so there is some more supernatural tendencies for this creature, so I like that.
In the case of Cerberus, you're looking at a three-headed Hellhound. Triple yikes. Number 9. Chimera. This monstrous creature looks like a science experiment gone wrong. Though there is some variance, the classic Chimera has the head of a lion, an admittedly cool start, a tail with a snake's head on it, again, badass, and a goat's head sticking out of its back. Yikes. Yeah, that's where it takes a sharp left turn into terror territory and brings to mind David Cronenberg's The Fly.
I don't know how someone thought of that for mythology and was like, you know what? It's a lion's head, snake tail, go out of its back. Like, who thought of that?
The Chimera hails from Greek mythology and counts the aforementioned Cerberus among its siblings. While
So cool.
Cerberus is terrifyingly intimidating, it's the oddness of the Chimera that inspires a certain grotesque fear. Of course, its ability to breathe fire and signal impending disaster.
Oh, it can breathe fire as well?
Number 8. Dybbuk.
Dybbuk.
This distinct brand of Jewish ghost is a cut above the rest when it comes to wreaking havoc in a person's life. The slightest religious doubt or misstep makes a body vulnerable to possession by these otherworldly entities. Dybbuk roughly translates to clinging spirit.
So it's just a way to scare people into believing the religion more. Is that what they're saying?
And refers to a malicious ghost that, rather than moving on, latches on to other living things. Should it find its way into the body of a living person, it can have disastrous influence. To avoid catching your very own Dybbuk, avoid purchasing old wine cabinets off of eBay, and be sure to get your mezuzahs from a quality source.
That is a weird one. That is a weird one.
Number 7. Dragon.
The dragon, the
mythic.
classic. You know what, guys? I fucking love dragon mythology. I think it's so cool, the fact that all around the world there are stories of dragons, and apparently they're not related to each other, these stories. I think it's so cool. There's stories of dragons in England, in France, in friggin' Native American stories, in China, like literally all around the world. So bizarre and so cool.
The creatures require very little introduction. Sure, you may have fantasized about Khaleesi giving you a dragon of your very own, but though they are indeed awe-inspiring, let's be honest, would it not be pants-wettingly terrifying to meet one face-to-face? A colossal flying reptilian beast with a nearly impenetrable hide.
I mean, if I was gonna die being ate by a dragon, would be a pretty damn cool way to die. Let's be honest.
Massive gnashing teeth, and who could forget the ability to breathe fire?
Yeah.
How is that not the stuff of nightmares? They are absolutely captivating on screen, but a world in which dragons are real is a world that any sane person would not want to inhabit.
I don't know.
Have you
I'd like
seen
to
Reign
see
of Fire?
dragons.
Go watch Reign of Fire.
I'd like to see
Number
dragons.
6, Kraken.
The
Deep sea
Kraken.
fishing sure sounds like fun until you start to contemplate all the water beneath your feet. Honestly, space may be the final frontier, but just think of what might be lurking miles beneath the ocean's surface.
So right now, the ones that are, in my opinion, the most believable is the Kraken, because
You know what?
we don't really know what's like. We haven't explored most of the ocean. We've found like giant squid and stuff like that. So the Kraken is something that I think could be more. I know there's theories of dragons being real, right? I saw this theory where dinosaurs are what people thought were dragons, or the dragon bones are hollow like bird bones, and that's why you don't get bird fossils. You wouldn't get the same with dragon. Like, I get the theories and the conspiracies, but I feel like the ocean is so vast and deep and unexplored that the Kraken is a bit more plausible, right? That makes sense?
Why bother using your imagination when we could just release the Kraken? It's long been spoken about in hushed voices by sailors of Scandinavian cultures,
Yeah.
particularly those coming from Greenland and Norway. The Kraken, in its
Kraken.
most popular interpretation, is described as a gargantuan octopus-like creature with the ability to sink ships.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Points.
That's more than that's more than like plausible. Like a giant squid. Yeah, it's just a giant squid that can take down a ship. Like, it's massive. Might not be around anymore. They might be extinct, but I think they're totally a thing that could have happened. Totally a thing.
For staying on dry land. Number 5, incubus and succubus. Sex might be a whole lot of fun, but it also comes with risks like unwanted pregnancies and STIs.
It's true.
And that's when you're
It's
having
true.
sex with just like a regular human being.
It's true.
Should you be a woman visited by an incubus or a man seduced by a succubus, the demonic romp in the sheets, consensual or not, could cost you your health, your sanity, or your very life. Though they might appear attractive at a glance, you should be on the lookout for talons or serpent-like tails.
You should be on the lookout. It's the last thing you're looking for when something like that happens.
Incubi and succubi are not to be fornicated with if you can help it. Seriously, they apparently get really weird in bed. Number 4,
And that's a bad thing? I don't know if that's a bad thing.
werewolves. Though the monsters that populate myths of old are indeed the stuff of nightmares, few can inspire fear quite like werewolves. Why? Because a werewolf isn't just a vicious creature. It's a vicious creature that you yourself could very well become.
Listen, if I was going to become a werewolf, I'd be more than happy with that. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool, guys.
The beast within unleashed, an uncontrollable animal driven by pure instinct. The concept of werewolves has plagued humankind dating back to the Middle Ages, if not earlier. A human being, after being bitten, cursed, or otherwise afflicted, transforms into a wolf or wolf-like creature.
Yeah, only during a full moon, though. So the rest of your life's normal, but on a full moon, you're a werewolf, and you can control that. You can put yourself in a cage, can't you? While there's a full moon or something like that. Or if you want to go nuts and go run around the forest, go and do it.
After transforming, most werewolves have no control over their actions, and could very well harm those nearest and dearest to them.
Yeah, you just
That
gotta make
is
sure you're away
pretty
from
fucking
people you
scary.
love.
Number 3,
You know?
Baba Yaga. Are you familiar
Baba
with this
Yaga.
particular witch?
I've heard of this
if
one.
not, you
Yeah.
probably actually slept well as a young child. But don't worry, this terrifying creature from Eastern European folklore is scary enough to make up for lost time by robbing you of your sleep now. She lives in a cabin in the woods that stands on 2 tall chicken legs and rides around in a mortar wielding a pestle. But don't let these eccentricities fool you. Though she can be benevolent at times, she is truly startling to behold given her gnarled, witchy appearance, and she's got a well-documented penchant for human flesh.
The classic witch. Classic witch. The classic scare tactic of independent, strong women.
Children in particular. The English have black anise, but Baba Yaga is even worse. Number
Okay.
2, vampires.
Classic
They want
vampires.
to suck your blood. Seriously though, while Twilight made them relatively benign and What
Yeah.
We Do in the Shadows made them hilarious,
Which reminds me, where is it? Where's my book? I'm reading Salem's Lot by Stephen King right now, which is a vampire story. And I've only just started it, and I'm very excited to see how it goes.
Curious, vampires, when stripped of all the modern pop culture baggage, are downright terrifying.
Yeah.
Sexy sometimes. But for centuries,
I'd be a
dating back to
vampire.
medieval times, these blood-sucking fiends have been scaring the life out of people.
I'd be a
Not
vampire.
just regular vampires, but weird variations like the goat-sucking chupacabra, the ghoulish Naxir, and the shape-shifting strigoi. Imagine a creature draining you of your blood in order to temporarily sate its unquenchable thirst.
But it's also immortal. I'd be a vampire. Fuck it, yeah.
Sure,
Why
a
not?
nighttime visit from a vampire might sound like an erotic premise, but in application, it would be a most grisly end to your life. Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Here's the honorable mentions. Harpies, okay, classic. Oshi-Oni, never heard of that one. Doppelganger, yeah, I mean, that's not really a
Number
crazy one.
Manananggal. Never heard of it?
Manananggal?
Consider
No.
yourself lucky for having avoided this pure dose of nightmare fuel as long as you did.
Okay.
We are here to ruin that for you. This walking and flying horror show, hailing from the Philippines, is like a vampire on steroids.
Interesting.
It also puts most other creatures on our list to shame with its characteristics. It's a hideous woman-like being that's capable of, wait for it, severing its own body in half at the torso. The
Why,
upper
though?
half flies off in search of prey, while the creepy, bloody lower half just stands there. It likes to feed on pregnant
What?
women, using its long, snake-like tongue to suck up the fetus. Sweet dreams.
What the hell? That was a good video. What is your favorite mythological creature? What's my favorite? I'm a big fan of the whole, like, Bigfoot thing, but I honestly think my favorite mythological creature of all time is the dragon. I think it's just so cool. The dragon is so cool. It's just, it's part of British mythology, especially Welsh and Celtic mythology, if you read any of that stuff. I think it's just the coolest. Let me know in the comment section down below. What's your favorite mythological creature? I would love to know. Other than that, members, you're amazing. I love you. I couldn't make these videos every single day, or not really every day, but a lot, if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you for supporting the channel as much as you do. I genuinely appreciate it. Yeah, get hyped. We're gonna have some Detroit Become Human come up in the near future. There'll be a link down below to the original video. Go over there, give it a like and all that good stuff. And other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.